Welcome back. I'm your host, Gabriel. Yesterday, game between Argentina and Croatia was an exciting one, a thrilling match. The Croatian squad seemed to dominate the first 20 minutes of the game, forcing Argentina to play on the counterattack. It was during one of those counterattacks that a long ball sent by Enzo Fernandez found its way to Julian Alvarez, who managed to take a weak shot on goal before colliding with the Croatian goalkeeper, Livakovic. The Italian referee Daniele Orsato called for a penalty shot, which Lionel Messi converted and putting Argentina ahead 1-0. Croatia intensified the pressure in an effort to equalize, but this left them vulnerable to the Argentinian counterattacks. And right before halftime, a long ball that was sent to Alvarez from clear from a corner kick. The Man City striker collected the ball in his own half and sprinted toward the opponent's net. After navigating past a few defenders and getting really lucky, taking advantage of some rebounds, he scored and gave Argentina a 2-0 lead before the half. The second half, so Croatia continued to push for a goal, but the Argentine defense, anchored by once again outstanding Otamendi, managed to keep them at bay. Just when it looked like Croatia might be able to break through, Messi showed once again why his incredible skills, beating Guardiola and sending a perfect cross for Alvarez, who scored his second goal of the game and made it 3-0 for Argentina. It was one of the best goals of the tournament for sure, and a testament of the incredible talent that Lionel Messi has. The rest of the game was relatively uneventful, as Croatia seemed to lose their heart after that goal they conceded, the third goal. Luka Modric was substituted just a few minutes before the end, and to a standing ovation by the Argentinian fans. In the end, Argentina emerged victorious and advanced to their sixth World Cup final, the first one since 2014. For Croatia, they will play for third place on Saturday, having lost in the final in the previous World Cups in 2018. Overall, I think it was a fantastic soccer game, a great display of skills from both teams. Argentina showed why they are a force to be reckoned, and Messi and Alvarez proved once again that they are definitely among the best players in the world. Otamendi also had an impressive performance, and I think all three of them may have already earned a spot among the top 11 players of the tournament. So for Argentina, probably their best team performance of the World Cup so far. For Croatia, this disappointment, but once again they made it to the Final Four. So now we'll see tomorrow which one of these two teams have to play next weekend. This is Freddy Terzoglio from Virginia, US, with an incredibly accurate prediction for the Argentina against Croatia game that he forgot to send yesterday. Incredibly accurate.
Good afternoon. Good morning. My predictions for today's game of Argentina-Croatia is Argentina will win 3-0. I have somehow thinking that the first one will be by penalty at the 31st minute. The second one's going to be 7 minutes later, a really long run by a very young player. He's going to score it all by himself. And then the third one will be a Messi magical moves, a displacement of their defense, and a short pass for a third goal on the second half. That is my prediction for the game.
See, it almost looked like a game recap. Here's our U21 men's team captain and play-by-play commentator, Rowan Fisler.
Argentina are through to the finals for the first time since the 2014 World Cup. What a game from Argentina. I mean, just a Messi masterclass and a great performance all around from Argentina. Very interesting game, 3-0. A great start to our semifinals. Definitely a little bit more one-sided than I think we all wish the semifinal was. But seeing as we didn't get a Croatia against, my apologies, we didn't get a Brazil against Argentina, it was always bound to maybe be a little bit more lopsided. So, yeah, but just an absolute masterclass from Messi. I mean, really just a question, is there any... at least for me, there's no doubt in my mind that he'll always be the greatest of all time. I mean, there's just no one really like him. I mean, you watch the run he made for the third goal and the assist he made, it's just... it's one of a kind. I really can't think of anyone else who can do what he did in that little run there. It's just absolutely magnificent. He did well to convert from the spot. Even though I didn't think it was a penalty, I still think that Argentina have been blessed with the penalty opportunities they've been given. 4 penalties in 6 games. I mean, I'd have to go back and really look at each incident individually to say if they've been warranted. But this one for sure, I know, in my opinion, wasn't. I mean, Alvarez got the shot off. It was bound to be a 50-50 anyways. There's nothing Livakovic could do actually to get out of the way. So, I mean, I think it's very, very harsh. I think it's just another instance of bad officiating at the tournament. But regardless of the pen, I always was pretty sure that Argentina would get the win. I thought it'd maybe be a little bit more hard for them to break down Croatia as a side. But, you know, when you have magical players like Messi on your side, it's becomes a little bit easier to find that creativity and to find that final action and final pass. So, yeah. On to the finals.
Here's our U21 women's team captain, now back in Kitchener, Florencia Almada.
Hi. So for tomorrow in the second game of the semifinals, I think that France is going to win, although I do hope that Morocco wins, just because I think it would be great for them as a country and as a team to have, you know, a first victory like that, make it all the way to the finals in their first run, making it this far. But I do think that France kind of has a bit more experience and a bit more pace. They've been playing really well, very quick soccer and very well organized. So I do think it's going to be a 2-1 maybe for France, but I do want Morocco to win.
Tomorrow, Morocco against my home country, France. I personally can't wait for this game. I think that even though Morocco have done a really good job to beat Portugal and Spain, I think that we need to take into consideration the amount of goals they've actually scored in the tournament. They scored 2 against Belgium. They scored, I believe, 2 against Canada, 2 or 3 against Canada. They didn't score any against Croatia. They didn't score any against Spain, and they scored 1, which came off of a goal mistake from Portugal. So they've scored 6 goals, and only 1 has come from the knockout stages. So you have to question Morocco's ability to actually stay in games if they do concede. That being said, they've only conceded 1 goal all tournament, and that was an own goal in the match against Canada. So it's really just a question if can France be the team to finally break down Morocco's iron solid defense, and if and when that happens, can Morocco spring back into the game, or will that just make it a more open game which France will be able to exploit better? A lot of different questions to ask, but I think this game will go down as a 2-0 France victory. I think it will take them a while to break through those lines. Morocco are just a really, really solid tactical team. They move as a team, they defend really well together, they defend with their lives. It's actually inspiring as someone who's been into coaching, who wants to get into coaching, to see how disciplined they are defensively, and how they just defend tooth and nail and make sure the ball doesn't end up in the back of their net, and they've been very, very successful doing so far. But going forward, I don't really think they pose a threat to us. I think we can shut down the counterattack better than any team. And although they have some threatening players in Buffal and Lazari and Ziyech, amongst others, like Hakimi going forward, I think that we have the pace in the back and the caliber of players to nullify any counterattacks that they would put up. I don't really see them playing a game where they don't play their signature defensive shell. I think they're more than happy to just let France have the ball and see what they can do with it. But that being said, I just think France are too good and they just have too much star power. I truly think that this is Griezmann's game to shine. This is a game where he really needs to step up because he'll need to be a player who finds those pockets of space in between and who drops down to collect the ball and who just needs to dictate the game to really have a chance to facilitate and find goal-scoring opportunities. And with that being said, I'm going to say 2-0 for France, and it will be a France against Argentina final. What a final that would be. Let's go. Allez le bleu.
France versus Morocco. Let's see. Morocco tied with Croatia 0-0. We scored 3. By Argentina. So Morocco's still gonna play defense and try to counterattack, which is what France has kind of doing. Unfortunately, Mbappé can score at will, I think. Just don't know if he'll be. I think he can pass through that defense. Man. I'm going to go with France. 1-0. This is the first time I'm actually giving a score away. But I want Morocco to win. I guess that's fair enough. But if any not, just bring on France. Bring it on. I want that revenge. Rematch.
Here are some words from our technical director, Santiago Almada.
Crazy day today. Exciting stuff. Argentina got that final win I've been predicting for weeks, where we just finally show everyone what we're made of. It's been crazy. It's been a long journey. It's been an emotional week, but yeah, it's good to be able to finally share these moments at home. Friends, family, everywhere across the world. Everyone's cheering for Argentina now. So if you haven't already, get on the Argentina hype train. You're all welcome. Stop cheering against football by cheering for teams like France. Anti-football, cheer for Argentina. I know it'd be great for Morocco to win, but be realistic. What's the best outcome for football? Is for Messi to retire with a World Cup. Cheer for Argentina. Join the Argentina hype train, and you'll see on Sunday we can beat anybody. It doesn't matter who we play. We're gonna win.
The second semi-final match will pit the reigning champion France against the surprising Moroccan team. France secured their spot in the semi-finals with a 2-1 victory against England, thanks to strong performances by Griezmann and Giroud, among others, but a somewhat subpar game from Mbappé. Morocco made the headlines all around the world earlier this week as they beat Portugal 1-0. Becoming the first African team to reach the semi-finals at a World Cup and sending Cristiano Ronaldo and others home without a World Cup trophy. However, France might be forced to change the starting lineup due to some injuries and illnesses. Rabiot and the Bayern Munich player Upamecano are both dealing with some undisclosed illnesses and might not start, while Lucas Hernandez is nursing a knee injury, and Chouameni, who scored a fantastic goal against England, dealing with some calf complications. Morocco, on the other hand, they will be without Walid Khedira due to the 1-game suspension. He got red card against Portugal. Other players like Ziyech and Saiz may also miss the game or be limited in the playing time due to nagging injuries as well. All that being said, here are some tentative formations for today's match, and this time I will actually mention which team each player plays for, so we get an idea about the power and the strength of the French team compared to Morocco. So again, tentative formation. This is France, who once again should be playing a 4-2-3-1 formation. Lloris in net, Tottenham. Koundé from Barcelona, Varane from Manchester United, Saliba from Arsenal, and Theo Hernandez from AC Milan in the back. Then Guendouzi from Marseille, Camavinga from Real Madrid, and then Dembélé from Barcelona, Griezmann from Atletico Madrid, and Mbappé from PSG, and then up front, Giroud, AC Milan. Olivier Giroud is looking to become the oldest player ever to score 5 goals in a single World Cup. The coach for the French team, as we know, is Didier Deschamps. Now Morocco, with a 4-3-3 formation, I expect the same they did against Portugal. They have Bono in net, he plays for Sevilla. Then Hakimi, PSG, El Yamik, Valladolid in Spain, Dari, Brest in France, and then Atiyad Allah, who plays in the local league for the Wydad Casablanca. And then in the middle it will be Unahi, who plays in France for Angers, then Amrabat, Fiorentina, and then Amala, Liège in France again. And then up front, Ziyech, hoping that he can actually start, he plays for Chelsea. And Nasiri, who scored a fantastic goal against Portugal, he plays for Sevilla in Spain, sorry. And then Boufal, who also plays for Angers in France, same as Unahi. The coach for the Moroccan team is Walid Regragui. The game will be at the Albiceleste Stadium, and the referee is going to be Cesar Ramos from Mexico. So finally, we get a Mexican in the World Cup semifinals. So despite all these challenges, I mentioned France is still the strong favorite to win the game. They have a deep and talented squad that should be able to overcome Morocco's tight defense, which has only conceded 1 goal in 5 games, and that was the own goal against Canada. So they basically haven't conceded any goals from anybody else but themselves. Even if Mbappé has an off day, again, there are plenty of other players ready to step up and lead the team to victory, like Griezmann, Dembélé, Olivier Giroud. For me, if he can play. I predict a 2-0 victory for France, and the end of the surprises and the unexpected results. So like I said, 2-0 win for France, and the very highly anticipated final on Sunday between Argentina and France. Messi and Mbappé showdown. Well, will I be right this time? Because so far it's not very good. We'll see you tomorrow.